Hello everyone, my name is Russ. I'm the founder of Capital Sales Monthly and Capital Sales Mastery. I want to talk to you a little bit about building your sales career. If you are new to sales, I want to welcome you. Sales is an honorable career choice. I promise you. Now, a lot of people think that sales is about manipulation and maneuvering and trying to ultimately put some voodoo mind tricks on our customers. That's not what it's all about. It's about delivering value and serving customers. But it's important if you are starting out in your career. I wish I had known these 6 aspects of career consideration when I first got into sales. So I want to talk to you a little bit about those today and answer any questions in the chat below that you might have about building your professional sales career. Now, starting out, you want to have a vision. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you taking the sales role? Is it because it's the only thing that you could find? Is it the only option? And that's fine too, but if you're in the role, it's important to have a vision for where you want to go into your future. A great question to ask yourself and answer is, if I were to sit here 3 years from today, what would have to have happened in my professional life for me to be satisfied with my progress? 3 years is easy enough, right? We can all think about 3 years down the road. What is my goal? What's the end game? Why am I doing what I am doing? It all starts with vision. A good marriage starts with a vision. A good business starts with a vision. There is a vision. Anything that ultimately succeeds and thrives and grows into something amazing, it all started with a vision. Someone had a vision and then they brought it to life. I want to encourage you to identify what your vision is for your career and then bring it to life as well. Because sales is an amazing career path and it can be monetarily an amazing career choice and financially beneficial for you and your family long term, but not if you don't have a vision and you don't have a strategy for success. You're gonna struggle along the way. All right, number 2, fundamentals. You need to understand the fundamentals. Now, the fundamentals are, how does your product work? What are the technical aspects of your product? You need to understand exactly how it functions, because every customer that I've ever gone to when I'm selling something that's technical, they don't like it when a salesperson that's supposed to be technical comes in and they don't have a clue with regards to answering questions. They don't know how to set things up. So you're going to not know in the beginning, but your job right now is to just deep dive and study and study and study and understand your product. Ask questions internally. Get to know the product that you are selling so that you can add value to your customers when it comes to implementation. Another fundamental that you need to really hone in on is how your company operates. Internally, your biggest impediment most of the time for your sales success is going to be internal. There's going to be resistance. There's going to be pushback. There are always competing interests, competing priorities. There are egos. There's all kinds of stuff that's going on inside your organization. You need to understand those politics so that you can maneuver through and ultimately succeed in sales, because you are able to navigate the waters better than anyone else. So that will lead you to sales success. Number 3, mastering communication. There are multiple ways to communicate. This is one. I'm communicating with you on video. I'm still new with the video thing, but ultimately when I first started out, I couldn't put 2 words together and make any sense whenever the camera came on. But now, I can at least have a conversation with you and hopefully help you build your sales career. But communication is key. Get into Toastmasters. Take some Toastmasters courses. Get comfortable speaking. Practice on the phone. What are you going to say when you call somebody up and they answer the phone? Have a plan for when your customer actually answers the phone. What are you going to say? If they kick into voicemail, what are you going to say? Mastering communication so that you are clearly articulating in a way that is not umming and awing along the way will be super helpful for you. You got to master email. Email is it's it today, right? You've got to master email. Text messaging. There are any number of ways that we communicate with our customers these days. It is important that you master them and you capitalize the beginning of a sentence and you put a period or an exclamation point or whatever on the end. It all matters. And that leads to our next point. Obsess over the details. For me personally, this is something that has evolved through my sales career, because once you have success, you begin to understand the process. You begin to understand what you need to do in order to ensure success on a more frequent basis. So I obsess over the details. How are we communicating with the customer? How are we engaging the customer? What are we communicating to them? What are we presenting? Is it exactly what they want? Before I make that sales call, I want to make sure that I am prepared, that I understand what it is we're going to talk about, what the customer is expecting of us. It is really important that we get the details and we obsess over the details, and we help our organization to obsess over the details. Now, that's not very common that your organization, again, there's competing interests. People need to get home to their kids. People need to have, they've got different priorities as it relates to the effort that needs to be applied. Oftentimes, people just want to get things off their desk. But your role as a sales leader, a sales professional in your organization, is to make sure that the customer gets what they need so that they can choose your company moving forward. So obsess over the details, every aspect of it. Number 5, you got to show up. I can't tell you how often people don't show up in the market. There's no opportunities, no need to show up. You've got to show up. If you have worked with the customer in the past, then you need to show up. Even though they might not have anything going on today, you never know into the future. And this is one of the more challenging aspects of sales, because there's a lot of competing interest out there with regards to your time, because every deal you got to chase down, you got to go after it. And if you're in the market, if you're busy, it's really a challenge to get to those customers that have purchased in the past but are not currently active in the market. They still need to know who you are. You still need to show up. You still need to add value. You still need to bring joy, tell jokes, bring donuts, whatever you got to do in order to assist them in, again, just bringing some level of value into their business. Okay, number 6, follow through. Another pet peeve of our customers out there is when we don't follow through, and it is a challenge. I know for me, someone will ask something that I know my company is not going to do. I'll take it back to my company, and the company says, "No, Russ, we don't do that." It is struggle for me to go back and say no, because I want to say yes. I'm a sales guy. I want to say yes to everything. Oh, you need that? Yeah. Oh, you need that? Yeah. But ultimately, we need to learn to say no, and we need to learn to communicate through our mastering of communication things that aren't necessarily a joy to communicate. So moving forward, if you want to advance your career, if you want to build a strong, viable, long-term sales career that is extremely successful, that kicks your competition's butt, competition is in your peers, you got to have a vision. What is your vision for the future? You need to understand the fundamentals of your product and the fundamentals of how to navigate internal to your company, your organization. You need to master communication, email, voicemail, phone calls, text messaging. You need to understand all the different nuances associated with that communication and make sure that you clearly articulate to your customers. Master presenting as well. That will help you tremendously in your career. Obsess over the details. You've got to obsess over the details. Details matter. Once you understand what it takes to provide a solution that a customer wants to buy, it's really important that you repeat that process, because that is what works. That is what the customer wants. And that's how you can deliver value to your organization as well as to your customer, is by obsessing over every aspect of that deal. Number 5, show up. Get into the market. You got to be there. You got to show up. You need to be present. Even when there's nothing going on, it's important that we show up, especially during a market downturn. When the market's down, nobody else shows up. You show up, boom, market goes up. You have an incredible business. I know, I've been through 2 of them. All right, the last one is follow through. Always follow through. This is really difficult for people, especially on tough applications, tough situations, when we have to say no to customers, it's important that we still pick up the phone and we call them and let them know. If you can master all of these basics of sales, then you're ultimately going to be a sales success. Join me, Russ, at Capital Sales Monthly. These are the kinds of lessons that we go through on a monthly basis with the crew. We hop on a Zoom call. We talk about different strategies for applications, and we help each other. It's a community of sales professionals that are focused on growth, improvement, and ultimately helping each other succeed. ownyourcategory.com/monthly. Again, my name is Russ Sorrells, founder of Capital Sales Monthly. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.